The four look very meek. I mean, you look at the body language. Ken, Cooper, Fagan, and Reardon, they're all sitting there staring at Joe's massive stacks.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, Jesse, but Ken keeps counting his chips.
Yeah.
And that is a sign of, you know, oh, I'm in trouble here.
Yeah, I mean, Fagan doesn't even have enough to count. He just looks down and thinks, what happened to me?
Pass. Pass.
It feels like,
Call.
Ken's limping in. He's very stubborn. Those are the exact same two cards he
No raise.
did a bundle with against Cooper earlier when Bob made a straight. But Cooper's got flop 2 pair here.
Check.
Cooper's just going to be his
Check.
bogeyman tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Cooper's checked it there, which he needed to do, really. He's trying to create action, trying to get Ken to hit a pair.
And he was rewarded.
6.
He just flat called this Cooper.
This is feeling like a nightmare for Ken Leonard, I imagine.
Raise 12.
Yeah, he's raised, put a small raise in. Well,
It's a minimum raise.
he passes now, Leonard.
Oh, no!
Oh!
Okay.
All in. Call.
Ken moved, and boy, he just hasn't been himself tonight. Cooper has just
Doesn't look good.
trussed him up. He's drawing nearly dead as Ken.
I can't.
And I think it has to be a 10, and I think a 10's been passed. There's just one card in the deck. Ken is standing. This is not a happy time for Leonard. He looks like he's giving his own obituary.
Looking.
And Rob Cooper has just knocked out the Swede.
I can't believe what I've seen, Jesse. He's got the third best pair on the board, and you know Cooper's made a bet, and he's gone all in. He's moved all in as though he thinks you know Cooper's at it. He obviously hasn't played with Cooper before.
Very fast call.
Chicken Joe Kuami, Rob Cooper have most of the chips. Is this going to be all over?
This is going to be one of the quickest heats by the set, you know, by what we've seen so far.
Ken, you're leaving the tournament tonight in 5th place. Definitely one of the toughest heats. What happened?
I mean, I never got into the game because I had no cards and no flops, so I was just waiting. And then it was a small blind, big blind situation where I made a move. Unfortunately, he had the goods, so just said call, and I knew I was out.
Thanks, Ken. Now over to the table.
This has been a whitewash so far, Anthony. What's going on?
Joe's just absolutely blitzed this field, Jesse. He's playing like absolute power poker. Fantastic play.
Well, Rob Cooper will probably feel like things are going his way so far, and Trevor Reardon.
Pass.
I mean, Trevor's done nothing wrong so far.
No, I think what Trevor's looking to do,
Raise
Jesse,
to 10.
is become one of the last two and get a heads-up situation.
Well, he's only going to have to
Pass.
wait 3 or 4 hands at this rate.
Call.
But there's been a raise here from Joe Kuami and a quick call from Don Fagan, who can't really afford to lose a pot. But Don's read this right. If he hits a pair, he'll be good. He has not. Wonder if he
Check.
might push. This is classic
19.
big stack stuff from Kuami. Just turning the screws, right?
That's
Oh.
a fantastic play by Joe. You know, there's 2 overcards there on the board, Jesse, and he's took the initiative, and unfortunately Don's had to pass. That's great play by Joe.
Fagan showed weakness, and Kuami just seized on it. He's not shy about getting the chips in his Joe. Two empty holes there. You imagine that either John Wong or Ken Leonard would be happy to take 26,000 and sit back down in this tournament.
Just a waste of money.
You yourself might accept that deal, Anthony.
I'd love to be back in it.
Pass.
If he had come in on a flat,
Raise to
I'd
10.
probably raised anyway.
Joe's just going to
Pass.
use everything that moves here. 4 plus 6. And
But this, if he shoves in,
Don in the big blind,
it.
who said
Raise
raise
all
all in. This is a bit of a spot. Don might get back in this. Do you fancy that Joe might call him?
Under 21 more.
If he does call, it's basically because he can put Don out, and he knows Don is a danger. So yeah, I think he is going to call this.
I mean, he knows that Don doesn't need a hand as strong as 2 jacks to raise all in here.
No, he's probably thinking Don will go all in with any 2 cards.
Just didn't expect you to have that much. It's 66,000. If Fagan can win this pot, he's basically right back in it.
He's big favourite here, Don.
You never know.
80%.
Low card
There's a
position.
5 and a jack. I think Kwami's best shot here might be the 2 clubs to split it.
2 clubs to split it, Jesse, yeah.
Look at that.
4 flush split.
Joe's getting greedy. He said it could come 5-5. But any club right now would split it. Anything else, and Don Fagan has doubled up.
Oh, that's okay.
Right color, wrong shape for Kwame. And Kaluki Don, they just fed the bear, I think.
Yeah, he's just doubled through. Exactly what we were saying. He could be dangerous now.
5, 6 of diamonds all night.
Joe can still
I'll have
afford
to
to
lose enough of it.
smile. You can understand why Joe called that. I mean,
Retainer. One more double up.
if Don had just a random ace, Joe might have been in very good shape.
Yeah.
Big stack.
Pass. Raise to 12.
Cooper on the button. 4 + 8. Huh. Wonder if Don is thinking here.
He's going to play these, Jesse. He's going to go all in again.
Re-raise all in.
That's aggressive.
Well, I'll be honest, that's the sort of move I would have played as well, because if he can double through again, Jesse, he's got more chips than what he started with.
And
It's a
look-
great move.
Look at this. He's got Trevor Reardon with ace king in the big blind.
Well, he's unlucky, you know, he's unlucky. Big Trevor's got the ace king, but does Trevor want to get involved?
40.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting here.
50.
Fagan has probably made the only bet
60,
that might get
64
Reardon off the
in
hand.
total.
If he had made a small raise or Reardon's coming in, what do you think Trevor Reardon puts Don on here?
I don't know. The only reason Trevor won't call is because of his tight image, but you know, if he puts him on ace queen, then it's a certain call. I think he's going to call here, Trevor.
Yeah, 4 outs. That'll be 61.
If Trevor does call and lose, he'll have 35,000. That's how much he covers Don by. And he won't know what Rob Cooper is going to do behind him.
The thing is, Jesse, if Trevor puts his hand down, what hand is he waiting for?
He would move it all in over the top here.
I would. Yeah, I would. He can take Fagan out here. Fagan's a massive danger in this.
What about Cooper? Is he worried about the strength of Cooper's hand at all? Rob's staring right at him. This is amazing stuff by Fagan. He's just in there like a mouse. I mean, the truth is Reardon can call here, and Fagan's not in terrible shape.
It's a great move by Fagan, because Fagan's played with big TR before, and he knows he's got a tight image. He's put him under pressure. He's asked TR the question. Will he respond?
Wow! Laid down ace king in a big blind.
I know,
And
I was worried you were sitting with some of my
Cooper
hands
folds
over there
quick.
as well.
Don Fagan has taken the worst hand of the 3 through. He might be back in this.
It's superb play, Jesse. We said earlier, if Fagan can double up twice, he's back in it. That's exactly what he's done this evening.
No, I mean, I've
Well,
passed it, 'cause I'm
you don't
wondering
get
what you-
77th in the world
The only thing on my head
out of 8,000-9,000 without being able to shove the chips in. No fear, Kaluki Don back on his hobby horse. When only the winner goes through, you can't be scared of going out first. Something Phil Hellmuth knows about.
All right. The unique thing about this tournament is you start with 6 players. Only one player is going to win something or advance. Only one. So 2nd through 5th gets nothing. So how do you play under those conditions? Well, obviously you play for 1st. You don't care if you finish 6th or 5th. So you have to devise a strategy where you're playing for 1st. Lasting until you make the final 3 and just hanging in there is no good. You have to play a much more aggressive strategy. You have to go for the win.
They've played tournaments worldwide, but it's the European crown they crave. This is the PartyPoker.com European Open 3. Join us after the break.
Wanna play poker?
Welcome back. Ken Leonard has been giving his views from the commentary box for the last few heats, but he couldn't quite walk the walk as well as he could talk the talk. We're down to 4.
Seems like we've got 4 players here who are all very confident in their post-flop play.